Hi, welcome to my very messy workshop. I'm sorry about this, but it is really not the way I would normally have it, but because I want to show you some of the things we've done since we were last together, I've gone ahead and made some changes to what we have done in the past. Now, you'll recall the armrest here. You can see this in here. Here's where we're going to go with this armrest. I have here some silicone, and this is measuring, I think it's 62 thousandths of an inch, which is the thickness of the shell. And it's going to sit in this place right in here while we have, and this is just a sample of purfling to run around there. And then we're going to have this piece of wood that you saw here the other day. It's coming around in there like that. And then I'm going to glue this all into place just like this. But in order to hold it, get ready for this, we're going to have to put screws into this thing, and you'll see that coming up probably in the next episode. So you'll want to see that because it's crazy. It's something that makes me very nervous when I start putting screws into the top of a guitar. But anyway, you're going to see that. And we have two pieces of this to go into the top. So that's coming up. But in order to get there, I had to put the disc back on here and then again freehand and do the routing here. And you've already seen me do that. So I've made that channel just a little wider. I've measured all around here, and the shell fits perfectly, and it's going to be really tight, but it's going to look, I think, pretty good. And I have just enough shell in order to make it work. Now, you will notice here on the end, I have gone ahead here and cut this out in here, because when you have purfling like this, it will actually end up running like so, and then it will, theoretically bend over and be a line like that, only we're not using red and we're not using the green to do this. We're doing a different color altogether. And I'm going to show you how I set that up in just a second. So what do you say we move this bench, and I have already gone ahead. I think we can see this if I take this out and I drop this into here. I will just angle that a bit. There you go. You can see this. Well, not that well. There you go. Now you can see it better. Okay, this is cut on an angle. This is the top, the wider part. This is the back. This is narrow. So it goes in like a wedge. And the way I did that is I used this jig here by putting this down over top of the guitar, like so. I got it all lined up like this, somewhere in and around there like that. And I got it all centered, and then I took the router and I set the router on top of this and went back and forth. And we're going to show you how we're going to fix that up just as soon as we come back. But first, what do you say we run that intro, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. You've seen how this jig works. This is very sensitive. You use a caliper on this thing in order to center it, and you simply measure here and you measure to the center and this side and this side. And because it's off-centered, this here, and because these are not straight across, they're on a bit of an angle, you can get an angle of a wedge so it will fit nice and tight. And you're going to see us do that in just a moment. So that's the jig that we use for that. Now, what I did is I took a piece of wood like this. This is a piece of Brazilian wood. It's a little wider than an inch. and it's fairly thick. I ran it through the thickness sander and I took it down till it was almost the same thickness as the sides of the guitar. Not quite, it's just a little proud. But I wanted to get it close. And then what I have to do is I have to cut it on a taper. So what I ended up doing, normally you would put that in here, we'd saw it off on the top, we'd saw it off on the bottom here, get it both cut, run the router back over here and get it all nice and even. Well, I've decided not to do that this time, and the reason I'm not doing that is because I really wanted to try something a little different. So here's what we've done. I've actually cut this piece on the angle, and I have set it up perfectly so that it will fit with the purfling in there, and it will come just up proud of the top of the guitar so that I'm all set to glue it in place. And you'll notice again what we see here, the grain is going this way, the grain in the guitar is going this way, but this is going this way. It's just aesthetics, that's all. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to glue that right now. I just like to scrape it a bit. That gets any oxidization off of there. All right, now, here we go. This is Tight Bond glue. And I like to get that up the sides. There'll be some squeeze out on this. I hope there's some squeeze out on this. All right, I've got this. And what did I do with oh, there are my two little pieces. Boy, I tell you, these hands are really giving me a lot of trouble in the last week or two. Sorry, Carol, but I had to lick my finger there. All right, so we're going to put the purfling on the one side here. And we're going to put this one on the other side. And we're going to set this like that. And we're just sliding this, keeping this down. Okay. That, my friends, is extremely tight. That's right down nice and good. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'll be hitting that with some CA glue later, just to make sure that nothing moves. I want to make sure that I got that all down. That's why you notice here when I did that, I got a little squeeze out there. I can feel that up just a tiny little bit, and I don't want that. I want it down nice and neat. Get that glue out of there. don't want any glue on there. You'll see why in a few minutes. Okay, that's good. Now this is the top, and this side is just a little bit out of whack. And what I'll do once this is hardened and dried, I'm going to cut that off, and then I will just take the file. Remember, I've got the flat side, so it won't bother this at all, and I'll just go along there like that and get it all set. The reason I had to do this before we got to the top and started messing with the top and putting that armrest on and shaping it is because I need the binding to come around and connect with this. So that had to go in first. So there it is. That's it. We are done. I'm going to leave it there for today because I need this to dry. But before I go, I do want to show you just a little bit of what we do with this. We simply take this afterwards and just scrape it down like so. And you can see here how it will all come off, and it will come totally flush and be nice and flat. And it's all going to be good. Okay, I'm going to hit that. Once this is dried, I will hit that with some CA glue, and we will be perfect. So, I know a number of you were very worried that I'd given up my habit, but I haven't. And I have here a perfect, delightful, warm cup of English breakfast tea. Can you see it up there? I hope so, because somebody actually said to me, gee, I'm glad to see you've got tea in there. I really do have some tea in here. This is not imaginary. This is the drink of choice for those who are refined and really would like a delightful cup of wonderful brew. May I highly recommend that you get yourself some English breakfast tea and that you enjoy it. Have a good day, folks. Thanks very much. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, let me know what you think of this. If you've got any questions, fire them on. We're going to have a tea with Monty next week. And your questions, I need them now. So shoot them along and we will get back to that. All right, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Oh, this has been a good day. Well, almost a good day. I can't put the lid on a glue jar, but other than that, it's a good day. See ya. Bye for now.